Woohoo! Day 1 of the book tour. So today, because it is the Takedown's birthday, that's book 8 in the Superpowered Love series, which I can hardly believe, but find very exciting. I'm going to read from that one. These books can be read in any order, so it's not going to spoil anything if you want to start from the beginning or hop around or whatever. Yeah, so I'm just going to go from there. So this is the blurb for the Takedown, just to do the setup in a simple way that won't confuse me, because I'm easily confused. Jody Aguirre's family was kidnapped and tortured by witch hunters, and after a few days of captivity, he's all that's left. Using his frosty, awakened superpowers, Jody manages to escape and is rescued from the side of the road by Bren Faulkner's stretched town car. Bren, a hot thermal awakened with government connections, promises to help find the witch hunters who destroyed Jody's life. While navigating his trauma and pain, Jody comes to rely on Bren for more than just food, his house, and his superpowered connections. Brendan is all that reminds Jody what's left to live for, and a strong advocate for justice versus vengeance, like the proverbial knight in shining armor he is. As their affection for one another deepens and their attraction becomes impossible to deny, Bren wonders if acting on their feelings would be taking advantage. Jody, meanwhile, struggles to claw his way back to something like normality, knowing that Bren's part of the solution, not the problem. But none of it matters if they don't take down those witch hunters. So that's the book. And I mentioned witch hunters in the first book. They keep coming up. I've been really waiting for like 6 years to write this book, so I'm super excited it's out in the world today. And I'm just going to read a quick little bit that is just Jody is actually having a really nice day where he's able to sort of forget about, his trauma, and just feel semi-normal for a little while. So this is that evening after they've had a very nice day. We sat on the patio that night, drinking a bottle of Talisker and talking about our day. It was the most normal I'd felt since before, and it was all Bren. He had the collar of his lacrosse polo unbuttoned, and his eyes looked pale and kind of magic in the moonlight. And yeah, okay, through my drunk filter. In one of our easy silences, he caught me staring at his cheekbones. He asked, "Are you alright?" I roused up. I don't know what fucking possessed me, but I leaned in close. Slow. I mean, like everything was in slow motion. I may have been drunk, but I wanted to feel this out, make sure he was cool with it before I shoved my face up in his. His eyelashes fluttered in surprise, but he tilted his head slightly. That was an invitation if I've ever seen one. I went in for it, pressed my lips to his. He smelled like peat and whatever that green scent in his shampoo was. He tasted like scotch. He had such a nice mouth. Not pouty, but that combo of soft and demanding that made me weak. It lasted a few seconds, just tentative. I lifted one hand and touched his cheek. I really shouldn't have. He froze, then pulled away suddenly. We stared at each other for the longest moment in the world. I wasn't sure how to feel. I mostly just wanted to kiss him again. A lot. All night. He stood and walked toward the table holding the booze. I'm sorry. We can't. He might as well have slammed me against the wall. Part of me knew that was coming, but I couldn't help feeling like shit. Why had I done that? What the fuck had I put myself out there like that? Why had I not protected what little of me was left? Fuck. I stayed seated, but nodded at his back. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. He turned to look at me, but I just stared at the patio. He said, "It's not..." "No, it's totally my fault," I cut in. I still couldn't look at him, though. He brought the bottle over. I held up my glass, feeling like a kicked puppy, and frosted it up. I'm all weird and emotional. I know, he poured. It's entirely my fault, and I sincerely apologize. I kissed you. That's on me. He was quiet while he finished the pour and made himself one. Then he sat back down, just as close as before. His thigh pressed against mine on the bench. So, good sign, I guess. At least he wasn't pissed. This, he sighed and took a drink. This has been between us for a while. I tried to stop it. That surprised me into looking up at him. He looked pale and serious, chewing on the inside of his cheek. Wait, you... But I stopped in the middle of my own question, trying to figure out what he was saying. If you feel something, then why? He raked a hand through his hair like he always did when annoyed. It's wildly inappropriate. On my end. I'm not that old, I joked weakly. He smiled, but shook his head. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't get it. I could still feel it, how warm he was all the time and how it drew me in. Now that I knew it wasn't just me who felt something here, I couldn't stop myself. Do you want me or not? Bren looked miserable. You're in my house, in my charge. You're emotionally compromised. To take advantage of that. Take advantage? I shot up off the bench, face heating. It was like emotional whiplash. I'd been feeling so good, almost normal finally, and here I was, suddenly reminded just how broken I really was. And he was wrong, anyhow. What? Like I'm incapable of consent just because... Not incapable. Bren held out one hand in a gesture of surrender, like he knew he fucked up there. But I do have a certain position of power right now that makes this... Is that what you think of me? I'm some lost little kid? You're fucking bored? Okay, part of me was thinking it wasn't that wrong about some of it. Maybe. But overall, this was goddamn insulting. No, but he trailed off helplessly. But what? Bren, I'm not interested because you saved my life, or because I'm eating your food and drinking your whiskey. I'm interested because I got to know you, and because you're fucking hot. Those are normal reasons to want someone. But these aren't normal circumstances, he insisted. I'd never seen him look pleading before, but he did right then, eyes huge and all sincere. Fuck, he was pretty. It would be taking advantage of... This from the guy who was just telling me not to forget that I had the rest of my life ahead of me. I almost felt bad when he winced, but also felt really good. Like I landed a blow, which was totally what I wanted. So, I swung with a few more. You know what? Fine. Just keep thinking that. My mistake for thinking about anything but how fucked up my life is and how much I owe you. I'm out. I jerked open the French doors. Bren stood. Jody, don't... But I shut the door on him before he got any farther and marched back up to my room, holding his whiskey tight. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching this. And make sure to scroll down and enter the contest for the Superpowered Love boxes. They're going to be personalized, so there's going to be 2 of them. So definitely enter and follow the tour so that you can enter all of the tour stops and hear me probably make an ass of myself with all the other books in the series.